moving on. Next disaster to end the world and civilization as we know it. Eco/environmental disaster. So, for instance, the movie...
Global warming.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, we're going to get
Global
political.
warming's fake.
What's the Al Gore movie?
Inconvenient Truth.
Yeah, I hope that's on the list.
It's not.
I've got a lot to say about that, okay?
I mean, it's all fiction, right?
Stop censoring me.
All right, here's the first one. I love this movie, Waterworld.
Oh, my God.
Did you guys like Waterworld?
You drink your own pee.
I did because I was a little kid when I watched it, but I remember my best memory of this movie is that was the first naked lady butt I ever
like,
saw.
nice.
I ever saw, and I was just like, "Oh my God,
It's a butt.
that's my most distinct memory of that movie." I remember that
I'm
actor's
so glad that
name.
you have that pin in your brain.
Yep, that's for
That's
sure.
awesome. But did you actually enjoy the movie? Have you gone back and watched it?
It's cool. I like that he had gills and stuff. I thought that was cool. I mean, I'm a
still
fan.
laughing.
That was the
about the last
secret,
con-
like right? Like, that's how... Wasn't that like the
Yeah,
secret
because
of
he
the
could
thing?
like go under, swim underwater and get stuff, and then like he like I remember the first few scenes the best, but he like peed into that lime.
Yeah, drinks his own pee.
Yeah, he like
You can't pee into a Mr. Coffee and expect taster's choice. I think that's Dana Carvey that makes that joke. But all right, so moving on. That movie was actually not like terrible, like as far as
the map on the scalp, the guy, and they got the tattoo
Yeah.
map. It all seems really silly saying it, but at the time I thought it was great. I was like 8 or
I don't
9.
think that movie holds up, though.
No, probably not. All right, next one that I think we're gonna get sillier and sillier because I think it's hard to do like a good environmental disaster movie because it's usually just becomes special effects.
Sharknado.
Which is we'll get to that one. The next one is The Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, I love Zemrix, right? Is that his name? The director of these movies?
Yeah,
This in
Robert.
2012?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, these movies are
This is
great.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jilly.
Jillian.
What's his... who plays his dad?
I don't remember. You're the details guy.
Baseball guy. What's his name?
He was in.
Come on.
Future David, help us.
No,
Anyway.
no. Just move on. So, anyways, did you guys like this movie? Jake
Well,
Gyllenhaal.
define like, because is it a good movie? Absolutely not. Is it fun to watch? People, these global catastrophe movies? Yeah, definitely.
I just think it's funny because the bad guy was cold. It was like he was literally running
Oh,
from
yeah.
the
That's
cold.
exactly
It's
the movie. It's coming.
Oh my God, the
And then
cold
cold
is
wind.
right behind me.
And then they like shut the door, and that like Cold's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh,
We're good.
yeah.
We're good. We're in this library now. We're good. We're good.
There was a fire, guys. There was a fire. They were burning all the books, and the one guy's hoarding them. Don't burn this book. Ah. Yeah.
That was I don't know. I remember seeing that, and there was like the tankers in the middle of the city, and they're like there was like wolves.
Oh, the wolf scene.
Yeah.
That's like the worst scene in the world.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember from that movie because it was so bad.
Because they had to get the antibiotic because the girl cut her leg or whatever, and she was gonna come down with sickness until they got that. Yeah, it was a silly movie, but
Isn't the end of it we all go to Mexico and we're all okay because like we get closer to
just
the
shifts.
equator?
Yeah, it's just like another ice age. So as
Yeah.
long as you get
Closer to the equator, then you're
Yeah,
okay. That's funny. All right, next one. Speaking of the same kind of, basically the same thing.
it's the same director.
2012, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see this one. This is
I
John
didn't.
Cusack.
That's good.
Now, here's the thing that I always thought about in all these movies, and I think in the new one that's out or just came out with The Rock, San Andreas.
Oh yeah, I didn't see
I
that.
haven't seen that.
Okay,
one.
it's
That
always
looks good.
here solves the problem. Get in the air.
Yeah.
Go get in a helicopter. Done.
Well, yeah, that saves you. Doesn't save the
well,
millions of people who die.
Well, yeah, of course, but
Well,
I'm saying
in 2012, they kind of addressed saving people. Did you see it?
no, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. So they have like a Noah's Ark kind of situation.
Yeah.
And actually, it's kind of cool because they talk about these ships, and they think it seems like they're going to fly into space or fly into the air on these ships.
Yeah.
No,
And
they're
so
literally arcs.
Everyone loads into these ships. Well, all the rich people, you have to pay like millions of dollars
Yeah, of course.
to this boat.
SpaceX.
But then when they go out and they're literally just like giant boats, and they're not actual like spaceships. But like through the movie, you think we're like going to populate another planet, but they're like actual arcs. It was actually kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
But again,
John Cusack is the best limo driver I've ever seen.
yeah, again they do this same.
Driving while the earthquake's happening.
Yeah,
Or...
they do the same scene, just like running from the cold. They're like running from the edge of the earth. Like it's like the earth is falling apart, and they are just in front of it the whole time. It is, it's a little
the volcano when they're trying to get out. And...
Yeah.
So would you recommend me? Should I watch that?
We were
Yeah.
drunk.
I would watch it. I mean, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I actually enjoyed it. It's a fun ride.
It just desensitizes you from. I mean, you're seeing John Cusack. You're like, I hope John Cusack makes it. Meanwhile, millions of people are dying at the same exact time.
Of course. Well, that's every movie. That's
But
like
not the-
not
but
the-
Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12. You're like literally rooting for a guy to robs somebody. Like,
millions of people aren't dying.
no, I know, but I'm saying you're always
Yeah, but
sometimes.
the rich people weren't dying.
Exactly.
It's fine.
The jerk Russian family,
Yeah.
they survive.
Okay, so next movies. Now these are one of these movies I think is one of your favorite movies of all time, Armageddon.
It is. I love Armageddon. I love Bruce Willis and
Michael Bay.
Boom.
and Ben Affleck.
Boom!
Ben Affleck's awesome.
Yeah.
I just love both of them. I've seen Armageddon. Okay, I've seen the beginning of Armageddon.
That's what I was gonna say. You've seen it a number of times. 'Cause
like
I
a
would,
million times, but I've probably seen the end like 100 times.
yeah, because like,
I fall asleep a lot.
because yeah,
Why do you like that movie so much?
I don't know. The relationship I think between
Really?
Bruce Willis and his daughter, like at the end, that part is like really moving
Oh,
to me.
yeah.
Like where
Of course.
and I just like he just like gives himself up to save everybody. I just think that's great.
It just doesn't make sense.
Buscemi.
yeah, that part when he gets on top of it. Yeah,
he's so funny. I
That's
love
true.
that guy. He's great. Michael Douglas, I think, is the big black guy, right?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, he's
thank
great
you.
in it.
Michael Douglas,
Oh my
totally
God.
different,
Yeah.
small white, not black guy.
Frail white guy.
But Michael Clark Duncan, I all the characters, I just loved them all. I just thought,
Yeah, it felt like.
Premise of the movie is so stupid.
Of
Let's
course.
send miners into space instead of training astronauts how to use a drill.
yeah, but you can't do that. They don't have that kind of time, man. And these drillers, they've been doing it. These
Don't
are,
defend the story.
these are roughnecks. They know what's going on. They
Yeah,
know how to
man.
handle it. What are they going to do when they kill 4 drill bit heads? They're going to go, oh, well, sorry, everybody. They're not going to have what it takes.
Yeah.
They're not going to know the ground.
True.
I mean,
Exactly.
these guys knew what needed to be done. Now, they could have sent some astronauts with them, besides like 2. And
Would die immediately, right?
No,
I thought
the
one of them.
one of them I think
The
does, but
cosmonaut,
the one
the
who
crazy
gets the
cosmonaut.
gun at the the one who gets the
Yeah,
gun at the end,
exactly.
he's there to, I don't know what the
Get
point of
space
that was.
madness. Remember, it's
Yes.
like everyone goes crazy in space.
But I don't know why they sent a gun. I don't.
Yeah,
what
why
was
send
the
a- yeah.
plan there? I guess in
in case there's
somebody-
aliens.
Maybe
You don't know where this rock came from.
right.
I mean, it's not a good movie, but it's fun.
No,
fun
it's a
movie.
fantastic movie. It is absolutely.
Here's the thing about Armageddon. Like I said, I used to spend the night during high school, and you'd be like, "Hey, you want to watch?" I'm like, "Really?" Like
love
every
that
time.
movie.
Why don't we have to
love-
watch that movie over
I
and over?
loved it. It was so good.
Here's a one good thing.
Liv Tyler.
Tip, guys.
Liv Tyler,
if
yeah.
you're in high school and you want to bring a girl over, you want a movie that has a sad part, but is also a good action. So it's not like you're trying too hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a moment where it's sad and you kind of snuggle up. That's a good choice. It was a good date movie
I wasn't
too.
trying to date you.
I know you weren't. I meant you were. Never mind. Jeez.
The other part that was great was Steve Buscemi was so practical. He went and borrowed a bunch of money before he went into space because he's like, I'm not coming back. We're good.
What was his thing? He's
have a
like,
party.
I don't want to pay taxes ever again.
Right,
that was
right.
their thing, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
there
they
was humor. There was sad. It's a fantastic
Yeah, you're right,
movie.
you're right.
I'm sorry.
right.
It's great.
Now moving on to the next apocalypse.
Wait,
What?
you didn't hit to Deep Impact. Came
Oh.
out at the exact same
Oh, yeah.
time.
We did have a fascination with the world ending with a meteor there for a while.
Well, it was just I don't know what it is. If you come out with one movie, they'll come out with another
Well, it's 'cause
company
the
will come out with
studio,
one
yeah, the two
exactly
studios,
same.
yeah.
Yeah, but you think
Because
if you're
here's
like,
what
man,
happens: the first guy pitches it, and they're like, "That's a dumb idea," and then the other theater studio signs him, and then they go, "We got to get a meteor guy.
You're right.
Go find me a meteor guy."
But Deep Impact was cool because they actually showed the impact. Because Armageddon was all it wasn't even really apocalyptic.
Right, 'cause
They saved the
it was
day, yeah.
pre-apocalyptic. But Deep Impact, I mean, it hit and it showed all the destruction
Is
and
that-
the tidal wave that hit New York. And I remember the guys reading the newspaper just getting swept away. It was a great movie.
Morgan Freeman, right?
He was the president.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Now I
And
remember.
then,
Okay, now I remember
Elijah
the
Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? It's been a long time since
It's
I've
a
seen
good
that
movie.
need to
I
watch
actually
it.
saw. See, this is the thing. When these and this is probably also why I loved Armageddon so much, is because when those movies came out, I had a choice. See one of them, and I chose Deep Impact. So I saw Deep Impact in the theaters, and it was years later. So it was actually probably close to when I met you, David, that I actually saw Armageddon for the first time, and I loved it so
Oh,
much. So
okay.
then-
Armageddon's better than Deep Impact, in
Oh,
your opinion?
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Of course.
It has Bruce Willis in it.
It's got the best actors
Willis.
ever. Yeah. I love
Bruce Willis.
And we had it on Laserdisc. I don't know.
Oh,
if you-
Laserdisc.
we
Yeah, I
watched it
remember
on
Laserdisc.
Oh
I
my
remember they
God.
would bring the TV in on a cart, kind of like that one over there.
Yeah.
And it would have the bands across the top of it to make sure this 1,000-pound TV
The
doesn't,
Right.
AV guy would bring it in and hook it up for the teacher.
and then flip the giant disc over to the other side, the laser disc.
Yeah.
Good times. I remember somebody had a laser disc collection for a while.
That's probably my house.